everyone, it's Morgan and welcome back to Morgan's Journal. Hi, hope you guys have had a really great week this week. I am super excited because we have finally hit April, which means we have paid all of our rent. So, well, listen, I said that wrong. It means that we don't have to pay $1,200 a month for rent anymore. So we get to adjust our budget. And as you can see, my setup, if you're familiar, is a little different than usual. It's because I am working on a new weekly budgeting worksheet. And you can see it's hole punched because it is sized for A5 binders. So I'm going to go through it right quick. It hasn't really changed too much, but the first section is income. I added an extra line up here, and I also added extra columns. So each category that I have on these, and it's double-sided too, will have the income name or like the expense or like the item. It has the date. It has the projected amount, so you can schedule and like project what you're going to spend on these things, and then you can put the actual that you spend. So that way, when the totals come up right here, you can see if you're going to positive or a negative. I'm still working out the kinks, so I'm not sure if I want to add another column for the difference to show exactly what's left, because just like my initial budgeting worksheet, I want these columns to total up. We'll see how it works. I want to test this out for a little bit before I upload it. Like, this may change. So for the month of April, this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be making updates behind the scenes. And here on the back, we have sinking funds. I think the projected and actual was more or less for like if you're planning in advance what you want to budget, but the actual is like what you actually end up saving for that, especially since for income is like you have projected income and then what you actually got. So I think this is for like anyone who has like their fixed budget with their fixed numbers. Like you always budget $600 each check, but some checks you get over, some checks you get under, so that way you can see where the differences are. I think that was where my head is. I'm just not sure if it needs anything else. But as you can see, it's a smaller size, but there's more lines. I think there's about, 14. I'd have to double count. It's either 12 or 14 lines for fixed and variable. You go to the back, sinking funds has even more lines, and cash stuffing has way more lines, because I noticed that even I was running out of space with the little amount of cash stuffing items that I had, and with me adding new bills to this new place that we're moving to, I wanted to make sure there was enough space for everything that I needed to write down. So, I think after this one, I'm going to start doing a projected for all these. Like, whenever I figure out what my income will be, average, that's what April is. It's just like testing it out, testing what I need. It's a temporary budget that I have just for my moving expenses, which is still less than rent now, so there's still going to be less. But it's just testing this out to see, and then I'll be able to put my own projected income, and then I'll come out and maybe even like just a reel or something, or just like a video explaining what my projecteds are, so that way when I come into my future budget with me videos, I just fill out this actual column. So I may do that, I'm not sure, but that's the idea. Also, the cash stuffing section, like I said, there's a lot more. It's the same as before. It'll have the same totals. Like I said, I'm still trying to work out the file, making it work, but it should be okay. But it's an A5, it fits in my A5 binder, so that way I can keep them in one place, because the 8.5 by 11 is nice, it's big, but I didn't have a place to put the sheet, so they're just loose and like out. So, and I have an A5, I have a hole puncher, I have a paper cutter, I have a printer. Might as well do this. So, okay. TLDR, I'm updating and creating a new weekly budgeting worksheet specifically for A5 that's more refined, has more spaces, gives you a chance to plan your budget before you get the money and before you know what you get, and then you write actually what you get and make those totals and know the differences. So let's get started with our budget. So the date, what is, oh yeah, it's April 5th. So 4/5, and income will be work and projected. All right, we're not doing projected in this because I already know what I got. It's gonna be $577. So we're budgeting $577 this week. Let's see. And then I guess we can total right here $577 since we have that spot. So let's go to our fixed expenses. Now, this is going to be a slightly adjusted budget. You know, our budget has been very fixed. It's always $471. Give and take a couple of numbers. We did make some adjustments recently. I've kind of dialed some numbers back. I've added new ones just to make sure that we have enough for all that we need, but also enough to save and make progress in saving. So, like usual, we have rent. And in this case, rent will be due on the 26th. So, since that's the day we move in. Rent, water, electric. Since water and electric bills are like back pay, I don't know if back pay is the term, but it'll be like a month in before we get that bill, and we'll still have the bill for our last month coming from there. They're not going to fluctuate too much, but I did lower them a little bit because I noticed that I'm like, the money that I'm putting in water and electric is so much more than how much those numbers are that I could be putting that money elsewhere. So I am going to be lowering these a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be lowering these like a little bit. And then we have on our new bills, internet. We will have Apple, autosave, and Nelnet. So, which these three I've set up all come out on the Friday that I get paid. So it's 4. Water is probably going to be end of the month, so we'll do 30th. Electric is going to be, as usual, on the 19th. Don't know when internet is. We're just saving up for internet. Supposedly, the place where we move has a certain provider set up, so we'll get a month free. But that's not going to stop me from trying to get ahead on internet, because internet's expensive. So okay. So the total that we will need that I calculated for our rent by the 26th. So we're moving in on the 26th, which is before the 1st. So we do have a bit of prorated rent for those 5 days. So it's $975 total with all those extra amounts. So I just want to do right quick, just to make sure that I got my numbers right. Oh wait, hold on, I'll turn you on. 975 divided by 4 is 243.75. So we're just gonna round up to 245 for that number. So let's do, since we don't need it projected, we already know what we're gonna do. So you're gonna do 245 in this column Water, I've decided to bring it down actually to 25 because 25 times 4 is 100. And if my water is over 100, there's something seriously wrong. Like, I'm pushing it already when it comes, like, my water barely goes over 70 ever. So doing 25 is still enough of a buffer without going too haywire. If anything, I feel like this should still be 20, but this month I'm going to do 25. Just to have a little extra buffer there, especially for when our new bill comes in. We still don't know how much water is going to be there. May is going to be even another trial month. It's going to be a lot. So 25 I think is reasonable. 30 was a lot, I think, especially since that one time I actually pulled from water and electric to fund my vacation. Like, that could have just went to a vacation folder. Like, and electric I also brought down from 40 to 30, which the same premise, 30 times 4 is 120. I think by the summer we will have enough of a buffer in here to cover anything that hits, like, I think the highest I've ever had electric be is like 130. And I don't really plan on going that high, and I don't think I need to budget that high. I think 30 is a good amount to have. So we're going to stick with 30, especially since for water and electric, we basically have how much the bill is already in those binders, and we just barely hit April. Like, I think we'll be okay. Internet, I checked with the provider. It looks like the plan that I would want to go with. I tried to get something like, we don't game often, but ideally maybe one day I'd like to dust off my Xbox One and play it. I do have a Switch a lot that I play, a Nintendo Switch. I'm uploading YouTube videos. I up to YouTube videos and reels. I'm always doing something on the computer. We're always doing something on the computer. So I definitely need a decent internet. So for the plan that I saw online that I chatted with the representative for, they said it's going to be about $70. There's a promotion right now where it's $50 for the first 24 months. But we're not getting it right now. We're getting it in a few weeks. That promotion could go away. The plan is normally $70. So I decided to round up to $80 to not have any like loose ones in my account. So, or in my folders. So internet, I'm going to do 20 a week for this month. See how much internet's going to be. And then we'll go up or down from there. Which is not bad, because I thought internet was going to be 100. But even then, it's another 5. We have it. Rent is $245. And that's counting what our first month's rent and the prorated rent, which is all due because the prorated dates are too close to the first. So the fact that this is not $300 is already helping us out a lot, and we reduce these numbers. Like, we're going to make some serious money moves. It may not be as big of a dent as I would like, but as I've learned already from cash stuffing, it adds up fast, especially with consistency. So let's see, Apple, autosave, and Nelnet for now are all going to be the same numbers. So Apple, I'm sticking with 50. Apple is going to get bolstered when I figure out what my permanent budget is for the new place as far as my utilities and rent. But that's the first thing that's getting snowballed. I need that gone. I need to pay off this computer. I need to be debt free. By the end of the year, I need it almost gone, like 80 to 90% done. Autosave is 10. I actually I had a savings account connected to my checking, but I decided that I'm probably gonna close it because it's not earning interest and I'm going to look into high yield savings accounts to be able to start auto saving into instead of that. Because it's like, all right, $10 a week, sure, but it could be earning 4% instead of 0.01. Like, I just did it so I could have something put aside. But now that I know how to save, I think I can start making my money make money, you know? So there's a lot of high yield savings accounts. I know a lot of people that I follow that do cash stuffing have Ally. Some people have Capital One. Some people have Goldman Sachs, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Ally seems the most popular because they have like buckets that you can organize your money into for what you're saving. And there's an app. So I'm all for a good app. If you got a good UX, UI, I'm all for it. That's why DoorDash is my advice, because it's just so user friendly. Like, that and Target, there's such user friendly apps. Like, why would I not want to buy stuff? I don't know, it's just a design thing in me. But I'm just like, oh, it's so nice to use. Like, it's amazing. I don't know. But yeah, so we're definitely gonna figure out a high yield savings account where we can stick our autosave money into and actually have that grow. Nelnet is going to stay at 50. I would like to bolster this at some point because this is my minimum payment is what, 181. This is 200. It's not really putting a dent, but I have to pay off Apple before I do anything with Nelnet. My student loans are always going to be there. They can be there a lot less time than they should, but I mean, I can't stretch myself thin trying to pay it off. Ideally, I'd love to put 100 a week and snowball this to oblivion, but I can't do that right now until I pay off my Apple. So I gotta pay something before interest eats me alive. So that's, sorry for the rants. I'm just like, I don't know, this has been my brain all day trying to figure out what type of budget I want for this month specifically to get what I need, but also start putting aside a lot extra for other bills and still have money to not, cut in everything else, especially since this is the first time in like 3 weeks that we've had a full check or like a decent paycheck. So it's wild because it's like, oh, 577 was a worry because it wasn't over 600, but now it's like, that's fine. Rent is 245. It's probably not even that bad. So let's see how bad this is. Let's add it up. So 245 plus 25 plus 30 plus 50 plus 10 plus 50 is, wait, 410? I see. I feel like, hold on, let me do that again real quick. I was like, all right, 245 plus 25 plus 30 plus 50 plus 10 plus 50. What? 410. Wow, that's even less than I thought it was. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was gonna be like 430 or something. I don't know. I was doing mental math. So I'm like 410? What? I'm telling you, I'm gonna probably add that up again later. There's no way that that's 410. I'm like, all right, y'all bear with me. I'm so sorry. I gotta do this again. So 245 plus 25 plus 30 plus 20 plus 50 plus 10 plus 50. Okay, yeah, it's 430. I thought I was going through it. I gotta scratch this out. 430. Yeah, that's what I was saying. All right. Now let's do it backwards. Okay. 50 plus 50 plus plus 20 plus 30 plus 25 plus 255. Yeah, 430. Okay. I was doing math earlier. This was like 410. And that's why we double check ourselves. Because human error is inevitable. So 430. So let's do 577 minus 430. 147. 147. Gee, oh my god. All right. 147. That is more than enough to do our variable expenses. But let's see. Gas, groceries, and miscellaneous. I'm going to stick with these three. I'm not sure offhand if there's anything else that I need. Miscellaneous is kind of like my lump sum of like spending and any other extra needs like medication or anything. So I don't really like break it down that much. I mean, I could, but I don't really plan on it right now because I don't want to spend out of miscellaneous, if anything. I'm trying really hard to not buy anything extra because like that's how my credit card got real bad. So like this week I didn't buy anything on my credit card. I didn't get McDonald's or anything. I had to eat at home. I had to eat the food in my house. I know. Pitiful. I'm getting better at it. Like, I mean that. And it's helping because it's like I'm only spending what's in my cash wallet. Like today, there was a coffee truck that came to work. I still had a couple of ones in my wallet. So I was able to use that to get a coffee. And that was all I got. I didn't like take out my card or anything or whatever. I was just able to use that. And that's, you know what that is? That's growth, I think. So gas, we're going to do, I use that 16 to put gas. And you'll be like, what if you use the 16 to put gas? Where do you get the ones from for your, for the coffee? It's like, okay. Well, not the coffee. It was it's chai. I found some ones while cleaning. Like, I found $4. And then I pulled like a couple ones from water, I think. It was like $2, I think. So, and it was like $6 for the drink. So... I'm not beating myself up. It's like, all right, the money was there. Water is paid for. We'll be fine. Not going to make a habit of that. It was just I really was craving it. I haven't had one in weeks. So I needed it. That I'm just to say it. I needed it. And I need to budget better for that. So sorry, that was my my deep dark secret that I've been keeping for the past 8 hours, I guess. Gas, since we used the 16 for it, we're going to do 15 just to top off our tank. I think doing $15 a week actually in gas is pretty good because whether or not we have anything in our tank, we just put 15 in here and then it builds up and then we can just take out what we need. So that way we're not like on a week where we don't have any gas money or we don't have any gas in tank like last week. So I think gas is going to be 15 from now on, especially instead of the 30. I know gas is going up, but we're moving, but I'm going to be closer to work. So I don't think my gas is going to be that high, especially since there's a Walmart nearby where we live too. So I don't, unless I'm going to visit family and friends, I don't plan on really going that far to anywhere. So, you know, I'll be fine. Groceries, what did I want to... Oh, yeah, no. Groceries, we'll do 30. Groceries and miscellaneous are going to be 30. Because I'm not sure yet if I want those to go up or down. I'm not sure yet if those can go up or down. They will have their amounts as soon as I pay this off and we have the rent we're supposed to have. So let's do 15 plus 30 plus 30, 75. So this totals 75. And like I said, the projected as we go will probably be filled up before y'all, like when I start my video, this column will be filled up. So I'll just have that done off camera. This will also be filled out. I'll probably have this typed in because I'm trying to make this a fillable form. So if you see that, I mean, there you go. But I don't know. I have to print it out every time. I think it's fine that it's blank. Sorry, I don't know why. I've had a frog in my throat all day. Like, I'm not sick or anything. I'm just like... the occasional choking on air. I have water near me. We should be fine. Gonna try and not choke to death as much on camera. Alright, so let's flip it over to the back. And we'll go to our sinking funds. Actually, let's see. So we'll do... let's do the 577 minus 430 minus 75. We just did the math. I don't know why I'm so forgetful right now. 72. 72. When has this number, when we get to our sinking funds, ever be 72? Never. Like, not even. If you can cut expenses anywhere, cut your rent. Wherever you can. If you own a house, I don't know how to do that because I don't have a house. But if you're renting, cut your rent if you can. Like, get out of that lease if it's not worth it. I should have got out of it 1.5 years ago when my first lease ended. I didn't think about it. I was just like, this is a place to live. And now I'm a pro. We're going to get set up. It's going to be great. So we're definitely doing car maintenance. And we're definitely doing 1 month ahead. And we're definitely doing 100 envelope. Honestly, I don't really have anything else. Well, okay, there is other stuff. Like, I do have subscriptions that I've got into that I use for, like, my YouTube. I have my website subscription. I need to... This month is the month that I figure those things out. I need to get all the dates first. I'm more worried about moving than I am about my subscriptions right now. Because if they run out, they run out. Those are paid off for the year. So we'll figure that out later. One thing at a time. So we're definitely doing these 3. I think right now I want to do car maintenance in 1 month ahead this week at 20. So, I mean, we have enough. As much as I'd like to put all of this into 100 envelope, like just one big old envelope, I don't... Let me check my 1 month ahead, because I'm assuming that... Sorry, the camera was doing weird. That I have a number, like, that I was thinking to be able to put in here. Okay, yeah, no, we can do that one. So, because 72 minus 20 minus 20 is 32. So we're gonna be able to do the 32 for this check. Okay. I'm hoping I don't have to like tap into that. Well, hold on. Oh, I'm already putting my envelopes to good use. You'll see that in the next coming videos. We do have... we do have a 22. And actually, I wanted to... I do have a vacation that's coming up that I said that I would go on in October that I'm confident that I can save up in. But there's also, I didn't consider earlier when I was thinking about this, like the moving expenses that we would need. So I did allocate a folder for that, but I wasn't sure if I was going to budget it in. But I think instead of doing the 32, so I have a moving expenses folder now. Once again, shout out tigistars.etsy for these Kuromi envelopes. I replaced all of them and sharpied the names because I'm like, these are too cute not to use. So my whole like new binder is like all Kuromi. I even found the pen that she gave me too. So I have moving expenses because we're definitely going to get a U-Haul for the day because we have some big stuff and we're just trying to move it in one day. So I think what I'm going to do is 100 envelope is going to be 22 and then moving expenses. Moving expenses should go there. Hold on, I'm gonna write it here. Okay. And that'll be 10. So this will be more scratching out for 40. This was 137. And this was 62. Wow, this would be great if I could just type this in. But that's trial and error. So 20 plus 20 is 40, plus 22 is 62. So cool. All right. Now that we've got everything figured out, I think, let's do our cash stuffing section. All right. So rent. Let's do rent. Water. Electric. Internet. Gas. Groceries. Miscellaneous. All right. Moving expenses. Car maintenance. 1 month ahead. And 100 envelope. And this is exactly why I made sure that each section had more lines, because this is basically how many lines I had on my initial worksheet, which I may also adjust to accommodate more lines too. I'm not sure. I do really like that worksheet. I do use it sometimes when I just want quick math done for me. But like I said, I'm still workshopping this to do the math also. It's printable. So we'll figure it out. Rent, we put as 245. Let's see. Sorry, it's gonna be flipping back and forth now. Water is 25. Electric is 30. Internet is 20. Gas is 15. Groceries and miscellaneous are 30. Moving expenses is 10. Car maintenance is 20. 1 month ahead is 20. And 100 envelope will be 22. There we go. Okay, so now we have the numbers. Let's add this up. So 245 plus 25 plus 30 plus 20 plus 15 plus 30 plus 30 plus 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 22. 467. All right. Which, of course, in our old videos wasn't a lot, but now in the new videos with our lowered rent budget is like, all right, we're doing it. Okay, so let's divide these up. So we'll do 2 100s and 2 20s and 5. Water is 25, so we'll do a 20 and a 5. Electric is 30, so we'll do a 20 and a 10. Internet's 20, so we'll just do a 20. Gas is 15, so we'll do a 10. Oh, I need to update that. I just realized that this says 20 instead of 10. Oh man. Mistype. So we'll do, that column is 10. So we'll do 10 and 5. Groceries is, oh wait. No. I wrote that in the wrong column. Oh, look, like I said, trial and error. Working it out. Gas is 10 and 5. Groceries 30, so it's 20 and a 10. Miscellaneous also 20 and 10. Moving expenses will be just a 10. Car maintenance will be a 20. 1 month ahead will be a 20. And 100 envelope will be a 20. And 2 ones. Way less ones than we normally do, and so many 20s. Like, this is such a weird... Gosh, this is just so much different. We have so many 20s to count. All right. So let's see. The 2 column is only 2. 1, 2, 3 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 20s. Oh man. And then there's no 50s. And then 2 100s. So let's add that up again because we need to. So 2 20s, 2 100s is 200 plus 10 20s is also 200 plus 5 10s is 50 plus 3 5s is 15 plus 2 is 467. So we will be cash stuffing $467 in our next video. I do apologize how rough this video may have sounded. Like I said, trying out this new sheet. I'm working out this new budget. There's probably still expenses that I may have forgotten about that I need for move-in day. This is basically our move-in day month budget that we're working with now that we don't have to pay $300 for rent. Like, this rent is going to the new place. We've already paid off April for here, and it's our last month here, and we're good. So it's just a lot of trial and error that I've been having. I was trying to figure it out earlier too, but like you can see here, a lot of scratch outs and stuff. Things can change. It's your budget. Make it what you need, you know? And this is what I need. So, which is $467. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.